Wow, okay, so I don't usually cry for anime. It happens only a couple times per year, but I truly got this episode. A couple of tears streamed down my face when Momo opened up that goop-covered magma ball to find Okarun holding on to Turbo Granny for dear life. Oh, I think this image of Momo crying is kind of how we all felt at that moment. And all of this made me realize just how important Momo and Okarun are to me as characters and what they represent in my own life. They are happy and joyful. And you know what? Maybe it is high time that I join the brigade and make my own Okarun cross Momo video this week. Obviously, comment below if you want to see that video, but we need to go over this episode because believe it or not, this was 24 minutes. I know, it felt like a full-length feature film, so let's dive into the episode and break down that ending later in the video. Wow. My sponsor, GamerSupps, is having a big sale this week. It's called Christmas in July. Launching at 3 p.m. EST tomorrow. If you buy any GG tub, you'll get stacked. They did this last year and it was amazing. Basically, with a purchase of just one tub, you get free AFK samples, which comes in melatonin and melatonin free to help you sleep. It has this smooth banana flavor. I love it. A free can of GG, which is GamerSupps in a can, and a free waifu cup at Tier 1. And that's right, if you buy up to 5, you'll get the first ever Night Metal tumbler, a t-shirt, a large merch item, and a small merch item. All of this is $180 in free gifts and while supplies last. So use my code as any purchase you make during this limited event will give me a commission and help me feed my plum. So Science Saru does quite a good job of setting the mood for this episode, which to me can be summed up in one word: worry. It is the first expression we see from the anime girls here, and it is the expression we see from Momo as she looks up to see the volcano erupting and history repeating itself, or rather, the story Manjiro told revealing itself to everyone and how it was, over the years, misinterpreted. But even so, in the face of destruction, Momo chooses to act rather than just sit in a state of doom and let everything get destroyed like a dummy. Thankfully, she's not dumb, she's just a dum-de-dum, and comes up with a plan that equals the amount of brain cells I lost while watching what is about to play out. She essentially uses the corpse of the Mongolian death worm as a hose. While hilariously being chased by the Keto family gooners, proceeds to literally scream while running with the worm full volume all the way to the geyser to hook it up like a water hose. God, I can make so many jokes. And honestly, I couldn't believe my eyes. The sheer stupid simplicity of all of this was genius in a way that only I think JoJo's Bizarre Adventure could achieve. Which makes sense. Tatsu is heavily inspired by the shonen classics, of course, but I love it because of its simplicity. It is not over-explained by a shonen protag monologue, it just happens in a matter of seconds and gets to the point. Plus, the idea of using a giant dead worm as a hose is, God, it is so gloriously stupid. I can never show my friends this show. Oh, wait, they already watch it. Maybe I'm the dum-de-dum here. So Momo, being the BAMF she is, just goes to town hosing all of the magma, destroying the environment with water until the Keto family gooners attack. But it is not for long that Momo is in danger, because Manjiro, the goat, Seiko Ayase's underling, comes to the rescue as it is revealed she ordered him to keep an eye on the kids in the only way Seiko knows how to do so, with sussy anime glasses pose. Also, Manjiro is just straight up cool, man. Unibrows are cool too, and so it shows that if you have a unibrow, you get to be taught stuff by a hot granny and save kids who are just trying to put out fires via giant ancient worm hose. Honestly, I am so jealous of Manjiro. I am stuck here making YouTube videos for a living, and how does he get to be around Seiko? This is tragic, man. Cancel culture has gone too far. That's a funny joke, by the way. Don't look too much into it. It's a funny joke, okay? It's just a joke. It's a joke. Calm down. We then get this incredible dynamic fight between essentially just a bunch of people trying to kill and save Momo at the same time. I mean, you have the Keto gooners trying to kill Momo while Manjiro is trying to protect Momo, which then leads into Evil Eye coming into the fight, which now means Manjiro has to protect him too, while also trying to not get killed by Evil Eye as well and not kill Momo. I mean, it is very confusing when you try to explain it on paper, but in action, this animation was just amazing. I loved the way Wincy and Sawaru chose to animate them in this like half-speed, slow-mo, real-time way while juggling between all the characters and their perspectives. No way this wasn't some hard task to pull off, and you could tell it wasn't easy either. I think that's probably very much why this scene was purple, black, and green with little spurts of orange here and there. Because by doing so, the animation team can actually save on costs and also time because they just have to animate things with a limited palette of colors. It's the same with how CGI looks better in the dark than it does in the light. It's just more convincing to the eye that way, and honestly, you know what? It looks cooler than realism. Realism sucks. But the most insane and awesome twist comes when the boxing alien from the Nessie art comes back with a full return and in total glory as he boxes with Evil Eye in one of the best and most legit moments of the series thus far. I've been actually quite impressed with how Wincy and Sawaru has been able to take moments in the manga like this and make them not only more cinematic, but much more dramatic than the manga makes them. It's weird because I think both versions do themselves better than the other. Like, I'm not sure which is better, except both are better. And then me trying to explain that gets me confused. But this moment, you get the point. This moment here was short, but the animation, the music, the incredible voice acting, and everyone's reactions really sold this moment in of itself as one of the best. I don't want to oversell this moment though, but I am probably the biggest Dandadan fan you know, so fuck you. This was a masterpiece, you pieces of shit. This then leads into yet another color change into a very saucy looking yellow. Seriously, I don't get turned on by colors, but I'd fuck this yellow like people fucked the color black when they're too You know, I wonder how I can simultaneously say stupid crap like this every week, and yet I still get imposter syndrome while doing this job. Like, what am I afraid of being exposed to? What? Anyways, whatever. We get maybe like top 10 best moments in anime ever. And I do mean ever when Seiko Ayase descends from an alien saucer straight out of Independence Day, riding a mannequin holding a baseball bat with a cigarette in her mouth. Take me, woman. Just take me now. I want you. Seriously, I am seriously, you guys. That face Momo made was literally me for real when I saw her. Now, I'm a believer. Seiko is the Kakashi of Dandadan, which is funny because I see her being compared to Tsunade, also my wife, but no. Seiko is just a straight up baddie in every possible way. She's the Kakashi. Case in point, she goes toe-to-toe with the one and the only Evil Eye, in one part the best animation of this week, and another part just straight up ass because, Jesus, the amount of ass and crotch shots between Seiko and Evil Eye were, well, I've said too much. But this was amazing because just as soon as that fight starts with Seiko just stealing my heart with every frame, and in between frames we see the mannequin spotlighted in the yellow glow as he just mad dashes at Evil Eye. And I love the moment where he misses at first, but he just keeps going. No idea why I like that so much, but it kept me on the edge as Evil Eye fists this man into pieces, only for Manjiro to be a total baddie and use the pieces of the mannequin man to capture Evil Eye in one of my favorite moments of the series, like legit. Wincy and Sawaru moment, fellas. Wincy and Sawaru moment here. Also, I love how afterwards Seiko Ayase just can't help herself to be impressed with Manjiro. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This guy may be the MILF hunter we all want to be. If you haven't, drop a like and subscribe. Every little bit helps me out and spreads the video to other dum-de-dums who are just like us, for real. And finally, the moment we have all been waiting for that made me cry, but not for the reasons I thought I'd cry for. Momo, now that everything is under control, goes to rescue Okarun and is met with a pool of magma. She was too late, and because Momo would sacrifice herself to save Okarun, she immediately tries to sacrifice herself in vain just to even try and get the chance of rescuing him. This is what we all love about Momo as a character and obviously as a person. This kind of behavior is extremely endearing for her because she isn't helpless and doesn't want to be helpless. She doesn't wait for a man or someone else to save her, Tamaki as an example. She just does it herself because she is uber confident in who she is and doesn't need other people to tell her how to act or to impress others. All she wants to do is protect Okarun because she knows him and what he has been through, and they don't hide that fact either. they are both pretty open and forward with what they are feeling at the moment. Seriously, maybe I should just pull the trigger on that Momo cross Okarun video. God, I sound like such a sappy romantic over here. But thankfully, the alien ship helps rescue Okarun and Turbo Granny as Momo, in a moment that closely mirrors Shinji risking it all to save Rei Ayanami from the plug unit by searing the skin of his hands off, does the same and opens up the pod to find Okarun holding tightly onto Turbo Granny. Remember, Turbo Granny is in the body of a Maneki Neko, which is known for good luck, and in the lore for Turbo Granny as well, she herself is seen as a symbol of good luck. So this explains why Okarun was able to survive, because he has Turbo Granny with him to protect him because, well, a cliche here, but luck was on his side, literally. And I'm honestly as well, I gotta level with y'all. That moment where Momo remembers all the cute little Okarun moments and then opening up that pod as Okarun grabs onto Momo but pulls away because he doesn't want to offend her or do something wrong that invades her personal space or what have you. Even in this moment where I'm sure she just let it slide, is met with a hug from Momo as she cries her heart out. The moment was the way she hugged him. I don't know why. Maybe it is because I myself am going through such a rough time in my life, but that weary hug, which shows her exhaustion, but her gratefulness as it all just washes over her, was so real to me. It reminds me how much that I appreciate all of these series like Dandadan, like Chainsaw Man, like Attack on Titan, or Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece, and how lucky I am to have these series in my life. It just helped to remind me that I love anime and manga and art, the passion of creation, and how someone's series that I read weekly and watch every week and pine over constantly can relate to me so much and help me through just the mess that is the world. Okarun in that moment was a representation of that love I have for what keeps me happy and going through it all, and Momo represented that exasperated and exhaustive need that I have for it every week when I, fire up my app or go to Manga Plus or whatever it is, right? So I gotta say it for 3 weeks in a row, this episode was a masterpiece. Maybe this week more so because of personal reasons, but I just love Dandadan so much, so of course I am gonna glaze it up and down. It's my favorite series. Of course I'm gonna glaze characters like Seiko Ayase and Of course I'm going to like Dandadan. I'm a fan, bitch, die! Want more Dandadan and caught up to the manga? Check out my Dandadan channel where we just covered chapter 203, and check out this video on the screen here if you missed last week's episode breakdown. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.